Welcome back to RNG Small Ball, and today I'm going to be ranking the top 5 players at each position in the NBA currently. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what episodes you want to see in the future. Let's get right into it. First, I'm going to start off with point guards, and at number 5, I have Trae Young. No guard in the NBA orchestrates an offense the way Trae Young does. His 11.6 assists per game lead the league, and his combination of deep three-point shooting and pinpoint passing makes him a walking highlight reel every night. Young set a new Hawks franchise record with 880 assists last season, and he's picked right up where he left off. Critics point to his defensive limitations, but offensively, Ice Trae remains one of the most unique and unstoppable forces in the game. When he has firepower around him, the Wizards are dangerous. At number 4, I have Jalen Brunson. Brunson's rise to elite status has been one of the defining storylines of this NBA era. Despite standing just 6'1", he plays with the poise and creativity of a much bigger man, mastering the mid-range and pick and roll with equal brilliance. Brunson has the Knicks as one of the top teams in the East, and routinely delivers in clutch moments. His efficiency makes him an easy call as one of the 5 best point guards in basketball. At number 3, I have Luka Doncic. Luka leads the NBA in scoring at 32.8 points per game, and three-pointers, putting up one of the great offensive seasons in recent memory. His best since his 2023-2024 runner-up campaign. Doncic is the league's most dominant isolation scorer, drawing fouls at an elite rate and leading the NBA in free throw attempts. The reason he sits third on this list rather than first comes down to team record and defense. The Lakers trail OKC and Detroit in the standings, but on a pure talent and production basis, Luka is an argument for the best player on earth. At number 2, I have Cade Cunningham. The breakout story of 2025-2026 season, Cade Cunningham has turned the Detroit Pistons into the top team in the Eastern Conference with a 42-14 record. He leads the league in total assists and is firmly in the MVP conversation, sitting third in most polls. Cunningham's ability to command the entire offense, creating for others, hitting from mid-range, and taking over in big moments shows he's officially arrived as a franchise cornerstone. His 42-point, 13-assist outburst after the All-Star break was one of the best individual performances of the season. But finally, at number 1, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The reigning MVP is doing it all again in 2026. SGA leads all players in win shares at 11.4. It has the Thunder sitting atop the Western Conference. His signature mid-range game is nearly impossible to guard. He gets to his spots at will, attacks the rim with elite finishing, and makes his free throws at over 90%. Despite missing time with an abdominal injury in February, SGA is the frontrunner for back-to-back MVP honors. His gravity and two-way impact are unmatched at the point guard position. Now let's move on to shooting guards, and at number 5, I have Tyrese Maxey. Some say he's a point guard, but I consider him to be a shooting guard. Maxey is in the middle of an explosive offensive season, ranking 5th in the entire NBA in scoring. The former Kentucky standout has become Philadelphia's engine, operating pick and rolls at an elite level, knifing through the defense and shooting the deep ball with supreme confidence. His first-step quickness is elite, and he's one of the hardest players to keep out of the paint in the entire league. With the 76ers team still finding its footing, Maxey's numbers as a 24-year-old are genuinely startling. At number 4, I have Devin Booker. Booker is the kind of offensive maestro whose impact can only be fully appreciated watching every game. His shot-making is beautiful, pull-up mid-range, step-backs from 3, floaters in the paint, and he continues to develop as a playmaker. The Suns sit at 33-26, solidly in the playoff picture in the West. Critics point to his below-average advanced metrics some years, but Booker's upside, track record, and ability to take over games on the biggest stages earned him a permanent place in the top 5 at his position. At number 3, I have Jaylen Brown. With Jason Tatum out for the season recovering from a torn Achilles, Jaylen Brown has stepped into the role of Boston's unquestioned alpha, and he's thrived. Brown is averaging a career-best 29.2 points per game and leads all shooting guards in win shares at 10.9. His combination of size, athleticism, and finishing ability makes him one of the hardest players to stop in one-on-one situations. Boston remains a legitimate contender in the East, largely because of JB's two-way play. At number 2, I have Donovan Mitchell. Spider continues to be one of the most reliable 28-point-per-night scorers in basketball. Mitchell thrives at getting to his spots in the mid-range, attacking the basket off the dribble, and converting tough floaters in traffic. Not to mention, he's an elite three-point shooter. He's helped carry Cleveland even with all the trade drama surrounding him. His combination of clutch scoring and veteran leadership makes him one of the most valuable guards in the Eastern Conference. Mitchell's playoff history, particularly his epic 2020 first performance, proves he can elevate it when it matters most. Finally, at number 1, I have Anthony Edwards. He is the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA, a physical freak who combines explosive athleticism with a refined offensive arsenal. Ant missed 10 games this season, but when he's healthy, he's been dominant, hitting threes at a career-best rate, attacking the paint relentlessly, and defending elite wings on the other end. At just 23 years old, Edwards is already a top 5 player in the league by most advanced metrics, and is viewed as the future face of the NBA. He leads the Timberwolves in scoring every night and wills them to wins consistently. At number 5, moving on to the small forward position, I have Jimmy Butler. After forcing his way out of Miami mid-season last year, Butler transformed Golden State. The Warriors went 22-5 with him and Steph Curry sharing the court. Now entering 2025-2026 as a Warrior, from the jump, Butler is thriving in a role that suits his mid-range bucket-getting style perfectly. His defensive intensity, relentless attack of the basket, and ability to make big shots make him one of the 5 best wings in the NBA. Critics point to availability concerns, but when Butler is locked in, there are few players more impactful on both ends. At the 4 spot, I have Deni Avdija. Avdija has blossomed into a full-blown star in Portland, becoming one of the most versatile wings in the game. The Israeli forward traded from Washington has established himself as a legitimate first option, a dynamic offensive player who can score off the dribble, pass out of the short roll, and rebound at an impressive rate for his position. At just 24, Avdija's development curve suggests he has another level to reach, and his 25-point-per-game average this season places him among the elite at the small forward spot. At number 3, I have OG Anunoby. Anunoby has developed into one of the most complete two-way forwards in basketball. His ability to guard positions 1 through 4 and knock down shots in big moments makes him the ideal co-star alongside Jalen Brunson. In 2024-2025, last season, he had a career-high 18 points per game and earned all defensive honors. For the Knicks to make a deep playoff run, OG's defensive versatility, shutting down stars on one end while contributing timely offense on the other, is the key ingredient. Anunoby is quiet and lets the work speak for itself. At number 2, I have Kawhi Leonard. When healthy, Kawhi Leonard is a top 5 player in the entire league. His 28-point average and elite win shares rank speak to what happens when one of basketball's most efficient scorers is locked in. The Clippers are 27-30, a record weighed down by his 13 missed games. But Leonard remains a defensive titan and a master of manufacturing buckets in the half court with his patented catch-and-go drives, and elite mid-range shooting. If he can stay on the floor for the rest of the season, don't sleep on the Clippers to make a deep playoff run. Finally, at number 1, I have Kevin Durant. The Slim Reaper shows no signs of slowing down in year 17. Durant joined the Rockets this season and has played like a top 10 player in the league, leading Houston to one of the surprise records in the Western Conference, alongside a talented young core. Durant's mid-range mastery is timeless. No one scores with less effort from the elbow, and his ability to get to his spots remains unguardable. Among small forwards, KD stands alone in terms of shot creation and scoring efficiency, a top 5 player in win shares at his position. Moving on to the power forward position, and at number 5, I have Jaren Jackson Jr. JJJ is the NBA's premier frontcourt defender and one of the great two-way forwards in the game. His 7'4" wingspan and lightning-quick feet allow him to guard perimeter players and switches, and swallow drives at the rim. His shot-blocking instincts are generational. He's led the league in blocks multiple times and routinely protects the paint at an elite level. On offense, he shoots the 3-ball reliably and can attack off the dribble. When healthy, no 4-man in basketball is as impactful defensively as Jaren Jackson Jr. At the 4 spot, Paolo Banchero takes it home. Banchero is one of the most entertaining players to watch in basketball. His Carmelo Anthony-esque face-up game, all footwork and shot-making from the mid-post, combined with his vision as a passer, makes him a nightmare in isolation and on the pick and roll. Banchero is one of only 5 players to average 25, 7, and 4 last season, and the 22-year-old is still refining his game. Orlando's playoff aspirations rest squarely on his continued growth. His blend of size and skill is rare, and he should be an all-star for years to come. At number 3, I have Evan Mobley. Mobley took the leap last season to become Cleveland's second star, earning second-team All-NBA honors with a 18-point, 9-rebound, 3-assist campaign. His blend of rim to three-point range scoring combined with his freakish defensive mobility able to guard 1 through 5 makes him a generational two-way talent. At just 23 years old, Mobley is already forcing comparisons to all-time great defensive bigs. The Cavaliers' success is built around his versatile contributions, and a first All-NBA season feels inevitable in the near future. At number 2, I have Jalen Johnson. Johnson's emergence as Atlanta's cornerstone represents one of the most exciting young developments in the NBA. A former lottery pick who finally got extended run, Johnson delivers a triple-double adjacent stat line almost every night, scoring, rebounding, passing, and defending across all three levels. His combination of size and handle makes him a mismatch nightmare for opposing fours and threes alike. Johnson just earned his first All-Star this year and continues to be one of the most improved players in the league. He is the rare power forward who is genuinely excellent at both ends. At the 1 spot, it's no surprise that it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak is the most dominant physical force in the NBA and one of the 2 or 3 best players on the planet. His combination of size, strength, and athleticism is simply unprecedented. No one attacks the rim with the same ferocity and efficiency. Despite Milwaukee's uneven start to the season, Giannis routinely puts up 30-12 rebound nights and routinely carries the franchise. His lack of a reliable three-point shot remains the one critique, but in terms of sheer impact, no power forward in the game comes close to the 2-time MVP. Finally, at the center position, at number 5, I have Donovan Clingan. Donovan Clingan has had one of the best rookie-to-sophomore leaps in recent memory. 7-foot Connecticut product leads Portland's rebuild, has emerged as one of the premier lob-catching, rim-protecting, shot-blocking centers in the league. He leads all centers in total rebounds, and his elite size, length, and motor make him a force on both ends. Clingan still has work to do refining his offensive game, but his defensive impact and rebounding are already at all-star levels. He's the kind of physical presence that changes how opponents attack in the paint. At number 4, I have Alperen Sengun. The Turkish prodigy has become one of the most unique young centers in the NBA. Sengun is a skilled post operator and a dribble drive threat who passes out of the short roll at an elite level. Rare traits for a player of his size. His playmaking ability makes him a natural fit as Houston continues to build a contending core around him and Kevin Durant. Sengun's footwork and feel for the game are well beyond his years, and many scouts and analysts believe his upside is that of a perennial all-star. His ability to impact the game in multiple ways makes the Rockets one of the most dangerous teams in the Western Conference. At the 3rd spot, it belongs to Karl Anthony Towns. Cat brings a skill set few big men in history can match. His ability to knock down threes at 42% while still scoring in the paint and pulling down nearly 13 rebounds per game makes him the ultimate offensive weapon at center. Towns had the most rebounds in the NBA last season, and now comes to New York where he's proven to be an elite offensive centerpiece, alongside Jalen Brunson. As one of the league's best high-post passers who can also shoot off the catch, he transforms the Knicks' entire offense. At number 2, it's Victor Wembanyama. Don't sleep on it. Wembanyama is a walking impossibility. At 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan, he moves with the grace and fluidity of a perimeter player, shooting pull-up threes and finishing above the rim like he defies physics. No glaze. In just his 3rd NBA season, he is the league's blocks leader and has been the catalyst behind San Antonio's stunning 41-16 record, 2nd best in the NBA. Wemby is in the MVP conversation and has drawn comparisons to a combination of Kevin Durant and Rudy Gobert. At just 21 years old, the ceiling is genuinely incomprehensible. To cap off my list, at number 1, I have Nikola Jokic. Jokic is the greatest passing center in NBA history and arguably the most skilled offensive player the league has ever seen at his position. He leads the entire NBA in rebounds and assists per game, an absolutely unreal combination for a center, and is averaging nearly 29 points per game. The 3-time MVP is once again second in MVP voting this season, trailing only SGA. Jokic's post mastery, vision on the dribble, and ability to run the entire Denver offense makes him the most complete player in basketball. A bone bruise in December was the only thing that slowed his MVP candidacy. That's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for listening to RNG Small Ball. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.